Hello! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to relax. We're going to decompress. A lot has been happening. The last few days have been horrifying and stressful for everyone, and because of that, social media tensions have run high as well, mine included. So what we're gonna do today is together, you and I are gonna turn on Do Not Disturb and we're gonna clean our plant collection. I'm gonna show you how I clean my plant collection and I'm gonna give you tips on how to do it. And then I'm gonna do just a couple plant chores that I need to do. So if you need to do those things as well, I invite you to pause, get yourself ready, and then we can do this together. But other than that, please make sure that you like this video, hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Maybe you've been binge watching my videos and you just forgot to hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the community, and I hope that you'll stick around. We have a membership option if you want to join. We have amazing Discord. It's full of different things, as someone is always on to talk to you, including me. And we have awesome weekly events like Discord After Dark. We have Monday weekly calls, and it's just a really good time. So come check that out. But let's jump into cleaning our plant collection. There's other plants we have to water as well, so I'll show you how I do that. I think what we'll do is we'll start with this area. So first thing you're gonna need is you're going to need a couple different washcloths because they can get dirty pretty fast, and you're gonna need some warm soapy water. The first thing we're gonna do to clean our plant collection and our shelves is kind of wipe down everything. This helps protect your plants from bugs. Plants that you can't wipe down as well, like a Cebabu pothos or like a micans like this, are kind of impossible to wipe down. So what I do is I just check these for pests, and if I find any, I'll spray it down with some, I use Captain Jack's. I think Captain Jack's by Bonide is the best. But plants like this and this, my billy tie, things that have like pretty decently sized leaves, I will be wiping down completely. All right, let's just jump into the news. So what you're going to want to do is be very careful with the leaves as you clean them, but you want to make sure that you don't miss anything, especially on the backs of the leaves, because the backs of the leaves are usually where pests like to hide, especially thrips, scale, and spider mites. Most of the time, you won't even know that you have an issue until you turn the leaf upside down and take a good look at the back. Also, what you're seeing right now on my squamiferum is polyfill. I am very grateful for polyfill. It's a really great shipping medium, but when you ship plants like a squamiferum that have very fuzzy and spiky petioles, with polyfill, it just gets stuck and there's really no way to get it all off. So it just takes a really long time to get off, and I just don't fight that battle. I just let my plants have a little extra fuzz. So real fast, I want to show you this. So I cut my Standaleyana to do a propagation a while ago, and it grew back with, like, this plant has never had variegation like that before. And if you look at the stem, it's just like beautiful. So if you want to try to see more variegation on your plants, maybe try cutting them back, because I did that and it worked. So I cut this leaf off because it looks like it has pretty bad spider mite damage. But I can't see the spider mites, but it almost looks like there's mining happening. So I'm cutting this off and I'm gonna cut it into pieces and then throw it away. But it's totally fine because it's got a whole new stem happening right now with 2.5 new leaves, so it'll be okay. But usually whenever stuff like this happens, I just cut my losses and toss it, because I mean, it's kind of weird anyways. Look at that, it just grew like that. This isn't wilted, it just did that. Okay, so I talked to you guys about this plant a couple days ago. This was my Dragon Jade. He collapsed, don't know why. I waited for him to get ready to water and then he just never did, and then it just turned into that. So there was one healthy piece left, so I cut it off and I'm going to re-root this. These are really easy to root, but yeah, I don't know. It's always good, like it's good to do this stuff more often. I don't do this as often as I should, especially lately, because when my mental health sucks, my plants start to bite the dust. So I think that's why this happened, because I haven't been in the best place. But yeah, as long as you do this like once a week, you should be able to catch stuff like this before it happens, because this takes a really long time to happen. As even though things like this might feel like it's like an overnight casualty, this takes like a week or two. So So now I'm gonna put this guy in the prop box, which I keep right there. Raven, what? What? Just say hi. What's that? Oh, you are beautiful. You're so pretty. Okay, you can go down. All right, let's continue. So something I'm especially proud about with myself is my ability to actually grow plants. I know that that sounds weird, but I feel like a lot of the time I get plants and then I just barely keep them alive. But especially with this Ilsamani, I got this as a stump cutting that was starting to put out new growth, and since then it's put out 2.5 new leaves, and it's actually about to put out a new leaf. So I'm definitely like most proud of myself for feeling like I actually accomplished something. Okay, so this Sport Monstera that I have had has actually had thrips. I've been struggling with thrips for it for maybe a month now or so. I just found some more, so I'm going to show you what they look like. So right here you can see the top side leaf damage like that. If you flip it around, those teeny tiny little bugs right there are thrips. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray this with Captain Jack's and then letting it sit. And then spraying it again about every day for a week. But all that right there is thrip damage. On the prettiest leaf too. So if you've never had thrips before and you don't know what it's like, once you get thrips once, there are very high chances that you will get thrips again and again and again, and they might even become a pretty big issue for you to deal with. The number one mistake I see people make with thrips is that they try to treat it with organic types of pesticides and not actually using real pesticides. Thrips are hard enough to get rid of as it is, so I 100% recommend Captain Jack's by Bonide. It's as organic as you get. You can use it in your vegetable garden, and I believe it's fairly non-toxic as far as pesticides go, but it's the only thing I've ever actually used that has actually gotten rid of thrips time and time again. Okay, so we have officially wiped down every single plant in this room, and I treated that whole corner for thrips. So it's been about an hour since I've seen you. I just didn't feel like I needed to show all of it because this isn't a thrip video, it's a cleaning video. All you need to do is this. What I do is I first wipe down the plant when I'm taking care of thrips with water, like the whole plant, even the stems and the petiole, and then I spray it with this. I let it sit for a minute and then I wipe this off. And then that way it kind of like spreads little droplets around and helps a lot. This is what I use. I've gotten rid of thrips multiple times. I can tell you for a fact that this works. And also, if you're using neem oil to get rid of thrips, good luck, that's not gonna work. So what we're gonna do now is I'm going to water my plants. So let's hang out and do that. So I've actually been pretty on top of keeping my plants watered lately, which is awesome. So that means we don't have to water all the plants here today, but we are gonna water a significant amount, including my prop boxes. And then we can also do like a prop box update. You wanna see them? They're doing really well. I'm very happy with the perlite rooting method, and I think it's probably my favorite way to root plants now. I don't just have jars of water with plant cuttings in them anymore. Instead, I have Tupperware boxes full of perlite and water. So I'm just gonna get to work watering this, and you'll see me talk in the voiceover. So I usually go about a week to a week and a half in between watering my plants. Sometimes if I'm having a bad week, I will go 2 full weeks, 2.5 weeks, or 3 weeks in between watering plants. And whenever I do that, it never goes over well with my plants. They always get pretty upset at me. So I recommend not going longer than a week and a half. And the reason I actually like to go so long in between watering my plants is because when your plant soil isn't constantly moist, it doesn't let bugs like fungus gnats or other pests that really love humidity lay babies and grow. Like they just can't live in a dry environment. So I found that by letting my plants actually dry out in between waterings, it has been the absolute best way to not have fungus gnats. And I can actually genuinely say that I usually only see like 1 or 2 fungus gnats around, maybe like ever. Here is where I spilled water all over myself, so I actually went and changed my clothes, so that is why my clothes look different. When you water the prop boxes, you're gonna wanna make sure that you water them deeply so that you can actually kind of like see the water making the perlite kind of rise up. Kind of like how I'm doing right now. It's lifting up the perlite, and I find that that's usually how I get the
best and deepest waterings.
Okay, so I finished watering and cleaning off my plants. Now I'm gonna show you a little prop box update. So I keep Perlite Tupperware prop boxes. I've had some success and some absolutely total failures, but these two boxes right here are like my #1 successes. These boxes are for my friend Harley, and I actually keep this open with a pen at all times because I found that when you close Hoya prop boxes, they rot. Any kind of like succulent plant, like string of hearts, string of turtles, like anything that's got like some actual structure to it or thickness will just rot like that. So I keep it mostly closed to kind of keep the humidity in there, but I have it open with a pen like that, and sometimes like right after watering it, I'll actually prop it open like this to keep it even just a little bit more humid. And all this does is just help inspire aerial root growth. Actually, looking in the box, I actually just did a Hoya tour with these in it. Nearly all of these. You can see it's pretty wet. I get these pretty wet, and this one I get more wet, and that's because this box stays open, so it dries out way fast, probably 4 times faster than this box, which actually always stays closed. And these plants do really well in here. I haven't lost a single Hoya that she gave me, and I used to have a lot of Hoya failures, so this is just like the most successful way I've ever propagated them. That one is so good, the little Wilbur Graves. And they're all putting out new growth. Like these 2 leaves on the top of the LaBois right here are brand new, and you can actually see like little baby leaves coming in at the top. And this one's putting out new growth. This one's still working on rooting, but he's a slow grower. And this Enduensis was actually doing really bad until I put it in here, and it has perked right back up, and it's actually doing really good in rooting, so very proud of that. The Fitchii has also put out new leaves, but you can't even really see it. And the Panchoy is doing really good at rooting, so. Because I just watered it, I am gonna just barely prop it open, and then I'll come back tomorrow and actually open it up all the way. Now we have this box. This is my philodendron box. There is 1 Hoya in here that does well in here, so I've been leaving it in here. These are my micans. I do little node cuttings, and this is actually my 2nd batch of micans that I've done. And this works so well. You can actually see there's a little bit of algae growing on here, so I'm gonna replace the perlite soon, because as you know, algae can absorb oxygen from the air and the water. I do have 2 Hoyas in here. I have this Finlaysonii, and then I have this Eskimo, but they're doing really well in here, so I'm gonna leave them in here. Literally everything else in here is a micans. They're all doing really well. I mean, this is just the 1 root right here. It's got 4 leaves, and what I do is I sell these in about bundles of 3 or 4 on Instagram, and I just do these little micans bundles, and they're so cute when they're babies. They're just adorable. So yeah, I've learned that philodendron, monstera, and anthurium like to root in this just like super crazy high humidity situation, but Hoya really do prefer a lower, like, they need to be able to breathe, basically. They need more airflow than the philodendron do. This bad boy is my big prop box. And it's really heavy because I just watered it like you saw. But in here we have Atabapoenses growing from the big guys. Here's one with a baby poense here with 2 leaves. Actually looks like 3. And I have some variegated watermelon peperomia growing in here. I've got Hoya obovata, which is pretty large. This one, which I just put in here. I have some domesticum cuttings that are rooting in here. Oh, they're not really focusing, sorry. I have a Hoya in here that's also doing really well. And then there's a couple plants in here I don't know what they are yet. Like, this, I don't know what this is. I have no idea. I have just no idea what this is. I feel like it's an Atabapoense, but it could also be a chunk of Mexicanum. So we will have to wait for it to get bigger until we'll be able to tell. It could also be a Domesticum because it doesn't have, it could be a Billy tie, actually, now that I think about it. Because it looks like an Atabapoense, but it doesn't have red So I don't know. For this one, we're just gonna have to wait for it to get a little bit bigger first. This is also another mystery one. I feel like that's a domestic hem. But this is, again, a perlite box. This is about how much perlite I've filled it up with. And then I just pour a crap ton of water into it. And it should be very heavy. Like, it should be difficult to like lift with one hand. But yeah, they're doing really, really well. I'm proud of the babies. I have 2 large out of a twinsies in here. I'm sad because this one is doing nothing. It's been in here for a long time and it's not doing anything, which makes me worried that it's a spent node and that it actually will not be able to produce any further growth. I don't know, but for now he is in here and I'm not gonna give up. I've had a couple Micans nodes just like never ever want to root. So then I have this Stephania erecta, which is in here. I'm just trying to get it to come back because I didn't really do anything with it when I first got it. I also have this Verochrysum in here and they're having a difficult time. Like, this leaf tore when it was trying to come out, so I don't know, but it's doing well overall. And when it does get really sunny, I take it out, but this whole room gets pretty like direct light at different times of the day. So my window's here and in the morning it shines direct light onto all of this, and then in the early afternoon it shines direct light onto all of this. This is the only ones that don't get like bright direct light, and this gets kind of like medium light, which is why I just have like some philodendron and staghorns and like nothing really crazy here. And this is where I keep my prop box. And this is where Raven likes to sit. So this is just what I needed to do today. So I thought we could hang out and do it together. And I hope that you had a really relaxing time. I hope that we got to clean and take care of our plant rooms together. And I hope you have a really great night. Please like, subscribe, and tweet me at PlantMeAshley. Please become a member of my channel. It's super duper fun, helps me out a lot, and you get access to Discord and other YouTube channel perks, like Discord After Dark, members only live stream, members only live chat. You get a cute little banner. Raven will come hang out with you. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next houseplant section. Bye.